Hey guys, Damien again. I haven't made a video in a while because I've been really sick and for probably close to 3 weeks, and then I kind of like fell into a short state of depression. Whether it be because of season, and in Portland it gets really rainy and drizzly and cold, and I don't know. I think it's all kind of just the natural order of things. So either way, I wanted to just make a video in case anybody's kind of feeling down lately, or you've become sick and you're feeling like a big ball of goo, and you want, I don't know, to hear me say something about that. I figured I'd at least make an attempt, since I just came through that process, and let you know kind of what I think about it. So the first thing I'll say is I think it's important to allow your body to move through that state. And what I mean by that is we tend to, once we become sick, we're like, oh my God, I can't be sick right now. I've so much going on, and oh, this is the worst timing. And I believe in synchronicity, but in the way that I believe that every moment is synchronistic. Everything that happens is for a reason. So in that belief system, when you become sick, you're becoming sick for a reason. And whether it's because you are doing too much, you're putting your body through so much exhaustion. It's asking us to slow down. It's been depleted and now it needs to be restored. So it's important to allow yourself that time. Give your body a break. Lay on the couch, watch a movie, do whatever you need to do to slow down and take your time and feel okay with that process. And I think taking things like Dayquil or NyQuil, where you're trying to mask the feeling of being sick so you can get to sleep, or you can continue through your busy work week or whatever you're doing, I think you lose part of the benefit of being sick. I know that's kind of weird to think about, but I don't take any cold relief medicine. I do take things like cat's claw, which you can find in like a tincture form, and if you're trying to keep alcohol out of your system, because it is a tincture, so it has an alcohol base, you can get it in capsule form as well. But it's really good. It's a natural immune system builder. I mean, people take like emergency and things like that. I'm kind of hesitant to do stuff like that. I rather just take actual natural things. So that's kind of what I have to say about that. Slow down, take your time, let your body repair. Don't mask the feelings of being sick. Maybe focus on those feelings. Focus on your body. Give it the support, give it the energy, the attention. Comfort your body just as much as you would comfort a friend who's sick. And going into the depression side of it, it's usually seasonal for me. I find that in the winter, because it is dreary and whatnot, I'll end up feeling depressed to an extent. And for me, part of it was because of my reaction to some things that people had been saying around me, and then that kind of led me into like a train of thought, just being kind of displeased with I don't know, not people in general, but maybe you can fall into a trap of assuming that the microcosm of people around you represent a larger macrocosm of everyone. And you lose a state of compassion or even empathy, because you don't like being confronted with negative thoughts and actions. But it's important to realize that depression is an important part of life, and as long as we're not compounding it, feeling bad about feeling bad, or going into a state of, the world is out to get me, or, these people are horrible and therefore that affects my life. That happens. And, if there wasn't depression, we wouldn't have like half of the most beautiful art and music and everything else. We find empathy, through art and compassion for others, seeing other people in states of distress. But it's also important when, it's involving you, is to be careful of how you restore your energy and your balance. You can become I call an energy vampire, where you just kind of walk around and you're like, I can't believe this. I need help, and I'm just feeling so, it's so annoying. It really is. I hate when I can't stand situations like that, because there's so much better ways of getting energy in a less destructive way. There is a way to there's more than one way to gain energy and restore that balance within yourself. By depleting someone else, without their consent. It's kind of like magic, right? You have white magic and you have gray magic and you have black magic, right? Well, to me, magic is just energy exchange, just like anything else, right? White magic is where your intention is pure and you are not going against anyone's will, which is, kind of impossible in a way, but it's your intention is the energy you're trying to put in motion is coinciding with someone else's intentions. Gray magic is interesting because it's pure intentioned, but it's not necessarily in line with someone else's intention, and if it affects them. And black magic is more or less manipulation of energy, regardless of line of intention. Doesn't necessarily have to be destructive in nature, but it does have self-interest, complete self-interest at the expense of others. And so those are the kind of lines that I've seen drawn. And again, I wouldn't call myself like a Wiccan or a magic practitioner. I deal more in just energy exchange and Reiki and whatnot. But you can even do gray Reiki, if you want to call it that, where your intention is to heal someone, but you are doing it for out of self-interest. And it's interesting how that would work. But I've actually been involved personally in a situation like that. So going back to balance, there's going to be plenty of people out there that when you're feeling depleted, they will consciously, provide energy for you. You don't have to take it, right? It'll be freely given, and you just have to be careful of who you interact with. If you end up in situations where you're dragging down someone, you might want to remove yourself from that situation, knowing that you're kind of volatile, that you're kind of like this vacuum, and you don't want to, if your intentions are pure and you say, okay, I need to remove myself from the situation so that I'm not dragging them down, or you don't go to like a house party, feeling all like, I'm so sick and blah, blah, and just go around just blah on everyone, right? You're just dragging the whole entire energy of the party down, right? But, say you skip out on that particular experience, and then you watch a YouTube video, of like, say, spiritual catalyst, or you go to a friend's house, or you meet someone, you go out to coffee, and you end up engaging in a conversation, and you don't even have to bring up the fact that you're sick, or you have to, be like, blah, 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 complain. Maybe the conversation you end up is uplifting, and it's a shared energy exchange it brings, both levels of energy up. There is ways, scientifically, people will say you can't, create or destroy energy. Well, you can enhance energy, because when you're depleted, you're not necessarily lacking in anything in particular. It's just about harmonics, right? You're just out of harmony. You're disharmonic. You have frequency or energy positioning in your body that is not allowing you to vibrate. It's kind of like if you start just banging on pots and pans randomly, then they're going to be out of whack and it's not going to sound right. But then you get a guy that's like a street artist, and he's starts banging on pots and pans and it sounds good. Well, he's doing it because he built a rhythm and maybe chosen particular pots and pans that work well together and things like that. So it's the same thing. All of the energy is there. It's just it's not harmonious in your body. So that particular person that you met for coffee could provide that balance and basically raise up, and kind of like adjust and shift your frequencies, because their particular frequencies they're resonating at that time work in that way, right? And they just kind of like adjust your system a little bit for you. That's what they have to offer. That's what I mean by synchronicity, and everything is on purpose. Going to a house party might be also on purpose, but if you notice yourself in a situation, you can tell by a person's face if you are just sucking the life out of them. It's important to be mindful of your own personal situation and your own personal energy level, and try not to necessarily affect everyone around you with your negativity, but just allow those synchronistic moments where your energy levels match each other at the time, and both of your energy comes up. So anyway, that's what I have. I'm feeling a lot better. I think I'm feeling more creative, and I'm getting some work done, and I did allow myself to take that time and just be sick and be depressed, and I tried to be mindful of the way I handled myself and my energy exchanges with others. So that's what I have to offer on this subject. So have a great week or day or morning or night, and I will talk to you again soon.